Hello. Are you a Black woman and you feel stuck in your toxic job and you do not know what to do to get out? If you are in that situation, you are in the right spot. Okay. This is Dr. Kamani. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and also a toxic job survivor. So I can share with you just a little bit about how to get unstuck. So I'm going to talk from the perspective of myself, what I did in terms of when I resigned, but also how do I help other Black women? So in therapy and coaching, how do I help other Black women leave their toxic jobs? So first, I just want to validate that it is not easy to leave a toxic job, even if the toxic job is harming you. It's very difficult. And the reasons that it's difficult can be a number of things. But the main thing that I have experienced and the main thing that I've heard from other Black women is the fear of leaving. So the fear of, well, what happens? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Am I going to be able to find another job? Is the next job I'm going to get, it's going to be worse than this one or the same. So there's a lot of fear. So I just wanted to share with you first, I understand. Okay, I want to validate that. That's a very normal reaction. So, in terms of what to do if you feel like you're stuck, the first thing is to acknowledge the fear that you have and really acknowledge it and work through the fear. One way of working through the fear is talking to your therapist if you have a therapist. If you do not have a therapist, I do have a video on my YouTube channel that talks about how to find a Black therapist. I will put the link to that in the description section. So that's one, okay? So confront the fear about it. Number two is when you think about the life you want to live, think about, is this the life you want to live right now? And if it is not, really think about what is the life that you want and how do you need to get there? So the part about how to get there, that's the third tip, okay? How to get there may involve utilizing other resources. So for me, I use business coaches. So I had Black women business coaches to help me navigate and come up with the exit plan about how to get out of this toxic job because I was stuck. I knew I wanted to go, but I did not know what to do. And the fear kept me there for a long time until it became so ridiculous that I knew I had to go. It was just ridiculous. Okay. So for you, if you're in that situation, consider getting a business coach. So a business coach in terms of someone who knows where you want to go, right? So you have a consultation with them. You share with them where is it that you're trying to get to, and if they can kind of lay out for you what are their steps to help you get there. Okay, so my hope is that you find particularly a Black woman coach who can really relate to your experience, particularly someone who's gone through what you have gone through. I know that S. Emery Archer, the anti-HR lady, has a Black coach directory. So I will also put that in the description section. So finding a coach is key. Okay. The third option I want to share with you is a masterclass that S. Emery Archer and I are collaborating on. And the masterclass is called Save Yourself, Channel Your Inner Harriet so that you can leave that toxic hostile job with your sanity and your coins. Okay. So the early registration information will be put in the description section of this video. And we will she'll talk about more of the HR part, and I'll talk about kind of getting your mind right so that you can leave that toxic job. So it's a two-part masterclass. The first part really deals with how to get ready to leave a toxic job. And the second part deals with after you've left that toxic job, what do you need to do? Okay. So you get the perspective of HR and you get the perspective of mental health as well. So again, it's a two-part masterclass. It's going to be in June. So again, if you want to participate in this, you need to sign up in terms of the early bird registration. Again, that will be in the description section. And we only have a limited number of slots. So what will happen is if you miss in terms of accessing the live, you will receive access to the replay. Okay, so even if you're not able to go to both days of the masterclass, again, you will have access to the replay. So I hope that you will Think about these options available to you. Okay, so as a recap, I talked about, therapy. If you have fear of leaving that toxic job, to help you get unstuck and to confront the fear. Two is look to see if you can get a business coach, particularly a Black woman business coach, who can help you in terms of those next steps. Okay. So therapy will help you look at the fear, but also what are the factors contributing to the fear? So, kind of going underneath the surface to see and explore and address, confront those fears. Coaching is more in terms of the present and the near future. What are the steps that you need to take in terms of reaching your goals? And then the masterclass is also an option for you. So the masterclass again, save yourself, channel your inner Harriet so that you can leave that toxic hustle job with your sanity and your coins. Again, it's two parts. Anne Marie will talk about the HR part, and I will talk about the mental health part because we don't want you to end up in another hostile, toxic job. So if you've made a decision to leave, we don't want you to end up in another one, okay? And we want you to be able to jumpstart your healing so that as you are working through this, that you're not taking that garbage that you've experienced there, right? The psychological garbage that you experience as a result of that job, we don't want you to take that to the next opportunity. Okay. So sometimes we have to clear that out so that we have the clarity, so that we know what direction we're trying to go to, and we can really identify those steps and move forward. So that is my hope for you, is that you are able to move forward, that you know that you deserve better, that there are options for you. There are, I know that there are, and that life after you leave that toxic job is so much better. It is so much better. It truly is. If you don't believe me, you can look on my YouTube channel at all the interviews I've had with Black women talking about their healing journey, talking about leaving a toxic job. And as you will see from the videos, and I will also say with all the Black women in my therapy practice, all the Black women that I've coached, I've never had a Black woman who has said to me that they regret leaving that toxic job. And that's me included. Okay. So it's so much better. Okay. So my hope for you is that you go through the stages of the process of what you need to do to get unstuck, and that you are able to pivot to a more respectful, affirming, abundant professional experience. Okay. So I have all those resources available for you, and I will have that in the description section for you. Okay. So again, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Lifting Us with Calm Consulting, Wellness Services. And please share this video with other Black women, because we want to help our sisters out too. We don't want to leave our sisters and we know they're struggling, or they're really unhappy in their job situation too. Okay, so please share this video with other Black women. Okay, take care. Bye bye.